Hello, Martha D'Arthur here, your QX cabaret reporter, just having a little break from turning Myra's coat there into a lovely standard lamp for my living room. Now, as always, I'm here to bring you a personally curated list of things to catch over the coming month in the capital city. And because there's lots of acts off to Edinburgh and venue refurbishments happening and non-London prides, I thought I'd bring you a selection of things to catch over the August bank holiday weekend from the 3 big hitter cabaret venues, and 2 smaller events that I think are deserving of our support and encouragement for you to catch. So let's start with pick number 1, Halfway to Heaven, a staple of the London cabaret scene and equally home to fresh talent and established acts alike. Here's what they've got lined up to get your bank holiday weekend started on the Friday night.
Halfway to Heaven always has a full and varied programme every night of the week. But for the bank holiday weekend, they have 2 acts to get you in just the right frame of mind for the last bank holiday hurrah of the year. Yes, the Friday night in the glittery Bunker of Joy is playing host to Ember and Amaya Napa. This joyful little twosome perform separately on the scene, but we've been seeing them together more and more, and with good reason. When a pairing works, it just works, and who knows what will happen when these 2 get together. What we do know is that you'll get some stunning vocals, some high-energy larkery, and probably more than a little craziness. All taking place in the cabaret basement, where Heather's team will be on hand to help you wet your whistle and see your long weekend start as you mean to go on. Check out their socials for more of their programme.
Heading to the northern side of the city now, Camden has long been a mecca for artists of all kinds, bohemians, creatives and drag queens, and losing the black cap was a huge blow to the drag cabaret scene a few years ago, but more about that later in the year. Camden is seeing a few drag acts resurface in recent times, and one of the newer nights taking place in the middle of Camden's nightlife bustling scene is a night called Berlin Nights. Here's some more info.
Berlin Nights is a new and exciting cabaret experience which will take you back to the true Weimar experience. Taking place on the last Saturday of each month, so the 31st of August this month, and echoing the pillars of the golden age of the Weimar cabaret, in a setting dedicated to the flavour of the era, you'll see the best of drag, burlesque and comedy in a night you'll remember. The brainchild of producer and host Queera Lynn, a modern queen with a vintage flavour, and based at Kushler in the heart of Camden's bustling nighttime scene, you're sure to have a good time. And I'm looking forward to popping along myself one evening for a glass of Gewürztraminer. Check out at Berlin Nights _cabaret on Instagram for details and ticket info. Jawohl!
Now, I know that the social calendar of the discerning drag fan can get complicated over the summer months, with prides happening and festivals and all sorts of shenanigans happening in fields all over the country. And I did make a promise not to toot my own horn in these picks that I'm doing for you every month. But if you happen to be in big smoke over this August bank holiday weekend, it would be remiss of me not to tell you about an evening happening in a venue with not 1, not 2, but 5 drag queens. And it just so happens that I'm one of them.
Yes, that narrow little joyful place of madness that is the Admiral Duncan in the heart of Soho are spoiling you rotten this bank holiday weekend with a 7-hour stretch of free cabaret. I'll be there from 5 p.m. to ease you in gently with a varied programme largely influenced by the audience and my usual gentle touch to put you at ease, followed by the giantess that is Wilma Balsrop to get you into the party spirit. After which, the Dorset tart with a heart, Stephanie Von Klitz, will be deftly steering you towards sing-alongs aplenty, my loves. The bubble of beautiful chaos that is Amy Laquifa will be giving you your second wind with her infectious joy, and bringing up the rear with the longest legs, biggest voice, wrapped in style and grace with the mouth of a sailor, it's my chum from down under, Carla Bear. Now that sounds like a weekend to be part of. Check out their socials for the rest of the weekend.
How do I stick this back on? No. I suppose it might be my age, but I do like to sit down with a nice cup of tea and put my feet up every now and then. And if I can do that while pretending to be sociable, then it's a win-win. So imagine my delight when I discovered that my drag daughter, Mary Poppins, was doing just that in an evening in Clapham for your entertainment. That's my girl.
Every Friday you can join the bearded and boisterous Mary Poppins at Clapham Hotspot, The Bridge, for a drag show with 2 sugars. Each week, this Disney-loving songstress is joined by a member of the cabaret family for a tea-spilling session, a cheeky sing-song, and a Poppins quiz that's proving very popular with the Claphamites. On the 23rd of August, Berry will be joined at the high tea table by Luna Cortez, recent winner of the Queen of Clapham at the Clapham Grand. It all starts at 9 p.m. When asked to describe the evening, I was told, imagine binge-watching every Broadway and West End rendition of Defying Gravity on YouTube with your nan while doing poppers in her living room, and you've cracked open the box of milk tray too. Well, then you've got the flavour for two for tea. Check out the socials for the Bridge and Berry Poppins for details.
Oh, that's not going to work. Now, I know that a lot of you are familiar with a little-known place called the Two Brewers, and they always have something up their sleeve for a cheeky bank holiday weekend. But this August bank holiday, on Sunday the 25th, they're not just having a power of 4. Oh no, they're having a very special little power of 5 with a cheeky little twist.
Sundays at the Two Brewers are an institution, and while there's always fun to be had with the lineups, your August bank holiday Sunday this year is a bit special. Not only will you be treated to regular stars Trevor Ashley and Sandra doing what they do best for your delectation, but theatrical starlet Miss Portia de Fossey will be popping up from Brighton, which is always good fun, and will be joined by Bag of Chips and her Tasmanian Devil energy. She never normally drinks, you know. But the crowds will be in for a treat with the stunning vocals of super talented X Factor winner and star of Beauty and the Beast and Everyone's Talking About Jamie Tors, and upcoming, now that's what I call a musical show, Sam Bailey. Oh, you're in for a good night here. Check out the socials for full listings.
If you're anything like my husband and you're desperate for the British summer to get itself sorted, then you might be tempted to have a little jaunt down to the coast. And since I tackled Manchester last month with more going on than I could shake my body shaper at, I thought I'd try something on the other end of the spectrum and tell you about a little place down beside the seaside, beside the sea.
This month's city in seconds is Hastings. A little further east down the coast from Brighton is a lovely place to visit with miles of coast to stroll along, but the hardened drag fans among you might be worried about getting your fix while on your seaside jolly. Fortunately, one of my favourite venues is on hand to help. The Forbidden Fruit, right on the Hastings seafront, is a gem of a place. Whether you're popping in during the day for a gentle libation out of the sunshine, or tucking into their extremely popular Sunday roasts, which you will have to book for, I've always found the atmosphere here simply delightful, with some of the friendliest and smiliest bar staff you could ever hope to meet. They play host to regular, very popular karaoke nights, brunches, and twice a week you can catch a fabulous act on their window stage. Primarily drag queens visiting from all over the country, but sometimes the odd vocalist and party motivator. So if you find yourself in 1066 country over a weekend, pop in and see Alan and his top-notch team and let your hair down a bit with some quality cabaret. This month I'd like to tell you about a venue that means an awful lot to me. If you're a Londoner, you've probably been there. If you've been a tourist here, you may even have walked past it. But Halfway to Heaven is a deceptively fabulous little place just off Trafalgar Square in Duncannon Street. Now, from the outside, with its dark wooden interior, it may at first glance look like your typical little London pub if you didn't notice the rainbow flags, and it's a very nice place to have a relaxing beer or glass of vino in the daytimes. But it harbours a little secret, because at night the glitter-covered basement comes alive. There's a lot of drag history here. Crystal Decanter and Kelly Mild held CK Sundays here for 16.5 years, the longest residency in London, I do believe, up until last month, as Crystal has decided to retire and take on a new challenge. Fear not though, Kelly ain't going anywhere, and at the time of writing this, the New Look Sundays was still to be announced, so watch this space. Bet Rince has been running her It's a Knockout talent competitions from here for years, releasing some lovely acts onto the scene. And on a personal note, it's the venue I represented when I won Drag Idol 11 years ago, and it was my first gig after my win, and my first residency 10 years ago, and I'm proud to still be a resident here. What's lovely about the cabaret here is that you'll see a platform for new and emerging performers, seasoned acts holding court at their popular residencies, and some top-class entertainment booked to perform for you all throughout the week. You'll regularly catch Miss Mop, Mrs. Moore, Miss Penny, Lola Lasagna, Woe Adams, Miles Elliott, Sandra, the Duchess, Ember, Kelly Mild, Rose Garden, and many, many, many more gracing the stage in this pink, sparkly fabulousness of the cabaret bar basement. And there's a genuine family feel here. It doesn't take too many trips for you to feel like one of the gang, and the regulars are treated like friends and chums, because this is one of those places that magnifies the community feeling, and that's a huge part of its charm. Maybe I'm biased, but if that weren't true, you wouldn't see so many people coming again and again and again, and I've seen newcomers becoming part of the magic over and over and over. And when there's an event on, or a charity to be helped, few places do it like Halfway. It's a special little place, so why not come and find out for yourself?